Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're in the kitchen today. You thought this was just a channel about cars? Wrong. Matt, you must be pretty confident to be filming a cooking video. Also wrong. Cooking credentials? None. Thought I might just have a crack at some cooking content by bringing you along and see if I can start this segment. See if you guys like it. I thought I could maybe do this as a bit of a weekly catch-up thing. Bring you guys along, hang out and let you know what's going on with the cars, what's going on with everything else. But we'll see. So, Alicia and I realised that we were spending a lot of money on takeaway and just kind of cheap meals for ourselves. We have tried, like Muscle Chef and those sort of pre-made things in the past, but just super depressing having like a pre-made little meal in a plastic container you chuck in the microwave for 3 minutes and you eat it out of a plastic container and stuff. So we're trying HelloFresh, and I'm not sponsored by HelloFresh. I have no affiliation with HelloFresh, and they certainly have not paid me to cook for you until you have rated it. I never really learned to cook. I've always loved to cook. Both my parents are great cooks. Never really sat down and learned properly. Alicia is a qualified chef. Well, she was. I think that qualification is lapsed, but it is what it is. So she's a much better cook than I am. So I kind of relied on that. But she works a lot more hours than I do. She's currently interstate. So feeding myself using HelloFresh is much better than just Uber eating, McDonald's or something like that shit. It's a great opportunity to learn. Today's not going to be anything too sort of special. I'm going to alienate 2 sets of people straight off the bat with this one, so I apologise for that in advance. I'm going to be doing pork schnitzels and chips. Pretty basic, but it'll allow me to do and talk and just get it done and see how this goes, instead of doing anything too much more complicated or anything like that, either boiling water or anything like that. So we'll get it done. Again, apologise to the vegetarians and vegans out there, because there's not much in this video for you, but come along anyway. Not that I feel I have to apologise for eating meat, but I don't like to throw in vegetarian faces. So let's crack into it. Let's get the ingredients out. See what we're working with. I don't think there's going to be too many fancy camera angles that I'll be doing stuff. Just one guy with one camera and one tripod. So bear with me, it's just going to be kind of hanging out today. But we'll see if we can make it a bit more cool over time. I'm going to be super real with you guys straight away. I love salads, but in winter I hate salads. So there's a fair chance I'm not going to be doing that. Alright, so we've got pork schnitzel, roast bacon, a couple of potatoes, breadcrumb mix, some bag of cheese, that's fun, mustard mayonnaise, that sounds pretty good, baby spinach leaves and celery. And from that we're going to make herby crumb pork and cheesy bacon wedges. Sounds delightful to me. You're going to hear the dogs clipping around. Let's hope they don't freak out. So far they haven't freaked out about having a weird camera contraption in the middle of the room, so hopefully they don't. But if you get to see them, then you get to see them, and that's pretty cool too. Don't think me talking you through this really super fun. However, I did just forget about the part where I told you that I was going to tell you what's happening in the line. So let me get ready here, cover some cool music, and then we'll come back. I'm going to do this a little bit out of sequence to the recipe because I really hate having things in the oven and then having to prep things to cook on the stove and then them not lining up properly and me being stressed. So I'm going to get the schnitzels crumbed first, then I'm going to chop up the potatoes, chuck them in the oven, so that I can put the schnitzels on the stove when it's the right time. Thinking. So we got an egg. Sorry HelloFresh for broadcasting your recipe all over the internet, but I mean pork schnitzels, I'm pretty sure most of us could figure out how to do that without the help of HelloFresh. So, 1 egg. Jeez, man, you're pretty good at cracking eggs. A whisk. And 1 whisked egg. One bag of breadcrumb mix. I really meant to have all these utensils out beforehand so that I didn't have to pick around too much. But anyway, 2 tablespoons of plain flour, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so we are schnitzels schnitzalized. I apply the same logic to cleaning the bench as I do cleaning the car. No swirls. Dry it with a nice microfiber terry towel as well. Spotless. Alright. Overall count for our potatoes. So these are just going to be wedges. Yeah, right. So, happening in my world. As some of you may know, I don't know, I haven't really been very vocal about it, but it's 375. I know the car end. The 350s there is currently off the road. These aren't going to be great wedges, by the way, I'm just going to make chips because it's different, apart from this shape. So the 350s there, some of you may know, has been off the road for a couple of months at this point. There's always been something wrong with it, transmission-wise or clutch-wise. I ignored it in the hopes that it was just my imagination. But I would say about a month ago, the concentric slave, the clutch slave, decided to fail, which is very common on the 350Z. It's great on the earlier cars with the early gearbox because that is just a normal external slave. For me, with the late model HR motor, they went to the internal concentric slave. So it's a gearbox out job. Do the clutch while you're there, like it's just, it's not a good time. So I've been looking for someone to do that. I believe I've found someone very local to me, which is Unreal. And the price isn't even as bad as I thought it was going to be, considering it is a gearbox out job. So that's happening. So you'll see this go back soon. That's booked in for mid-September. If things go really well, may even be back sooner than that, but I'm kind of looking at end of September having it back. That's the only thing keeping me from driving it, is that you can't drive it. I do have a video coming up to do on that. I'm just waiting on tools to arrive, or a tool, whether I'm going to buy one. Diff bushes for the 350Z. Everyone who owns one knows they are shit house. Terrible design. So my main rear diff bush has been compromised since I bought the car. I remedied it with a GK Tech disc brace, but I bought poly bushes for it, so I figured it's probably worth doing poly bushes. So we'll have a video on that next couple of weeks. Thinking if the tool arrives, I might do it next weekend, I'm not really sure. But that'll be getting done at the garage soon, so look forward to that. Watching me struggle on the ground, in the garage, pulling a diff out, which I've never done, just so I can replace the shitty bushes that are probably all ripped. Good times. There you go. Cheers. So we'll whack these in the oven for 15 minutes or so. There we go, the oven's already preheated to 220 Celsius, because I'm not American. What else? I posted a poll on Instagram the other day, so thank you all for participating in that. That was pretty fun. Hypothetical, of course. New wheels are always on the cards for everybody's car. It needs some cool wheels. So the poll was work emotion Kiwamis, which I am astonished you can even get in Fiesta Fitment. 7 or 8 inch, and I believe either of them will fit. The 7 inch obviously will fit because it's the standard size, and they're plus 38 or something, which is literally like perfect 7 inch wide wheel fitment for the Fiesta. Or there's 8s and they're plus 47 or something. I spent too much time in willtheyfit.com just comparing wheel sizes. I'm pretty sure they would fit. I think it'll clear the strut, but if it doesn't, then that's a problem for another day. So Kiwamis, which like don't even why do work make those in 4x108? Like how many people are buying work wheels for Fiestas? Apart from like 3 people here in Australia. Or 1552 Tarmac Evo. When I first saw the Evo released, I don't even think I had that Fiesta at the time. I think I was between Fiestas when they released that, and I just went like, that's the wheel for an XR4. Like that's the one. When I had my grey car, I was looking extensively. Like they didn't take me seriously, but I was pretty fucking serious. I was looking for Compomotive or Revolution 6-spoke, like 90s WRC wheels, which both of those companies make, but there aren't many dealers in Australia for Compomotive, and Revolution I think are based in Ireland, and they pretty much laughed me off the phone. Like they weren't going to send a set of wheels to Australia, which sucks because they're fucking rad wheels. So when I saw 1552 came out with like the 6-spoke version of the Tarmac, I was like, yeah, that's going to happen one day. I'm not a fan of the 5-spoke Tarmac. Like they're cool, like I get it, but they're a very blocky, plain wheel. Like the Turbo Max are cool. Circling back again, it's going to be a fucking long video. Tarmac Evo in white or gold, both available in Fiesta sizing. I'm drawn to white over gold, just not a gold wheel guy. That's a maybe I'll do. No, it's not a maybe I'll do, it's a I will do. I just don't know when. I'd really like to have it before All-4 Day next year. So it's literally 12 months to get a set of wheels, which is very doable. I'm pretty sure they're in stock in Australia, so that like travel time isn't a problem. It's just spending the money, which I don't really want to do. But it'll happen. Otherwise, what else we got? Speaking of Fiesta things, and speaking of mechanic things, you can't see it anymore because I've archived all the posts, but you could see pretty clearly in all the old photos of the Fiesta that there was a lot of negative camber on one front wheel. I'm going to say 2 years ago, I remember hitting a pothole real hard on the motorway, and it never felt right after that. I troubleshooted, I had people look at it, nothing's bent, no one could tell me why there was more negative camber on that side compared to the other side, but nothing has ever been done to try and correct it. It's just, no, that is just what it is apparently, and tyre shops have been aligning around it and compensating for it for years. I realised the other day that the camber plate on that side has adjusted itself, which I assume happened when I hit the pothole, but it's like visibly set completely different to the opposite side. So yeah, I'm going to pull that out on Friday night and adjust it back myself, and then we'll be going for a wheel alignment. So hopefully I won't have, I think it's like -4 degrees or something, which it shouldn't be possible with like the coilovers that are in it, but it is. So yeah, we'll finally get that fixed, which will be a load off my mind. While that's getting looked at, I'm going to do a bit of a health check, because I mean, I service it and I look after it, but I don't have a hoist to look at it on, and there's just some stuff that makes me nervous. There's some weird kind of rattles and vibrations and stuff that I can hear. A lot of stuff that's happened since having the exhaust fitted. So I'm just, I don't know if it's just the exhaust rattling on things or not. I checked all the clearances. I bashed an exhaust hanger out of the way that was hitting on the exhaust. I can't see anything else that's hitting on, so I'm just worried that there's something actually wrong with it. There's also always the faint smell of burnt coolant, and I've had some interesting things happen in that car as far as coolant goes. I've had washer bottles crack, I've had coolant hoses explode and drop all its coolant. Look, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a blown head gasket, but there's something not quite right. So hopefully we can get to the bottom of that in a quick look on a hoist with a real mechanic unlike me. Yeah, so that's kind of it for like car news. I'd just like to thank you all again, or thank you on camera, for engaging with me on Instagram and Facebook groups, and you know, like, it really does mean a lot to know that people are enjoying what I'm putting out there. I hope this kitchen hangout video is the same. If it's not something you guys want to see, I'll be a little bit crushed, but like, let me know. That's what I'm doing. But if it is something you like, then let me know, because I will keep doing it. I'll make it a weekly thing. Catch up, talk some shit. Just me and you. And yeah, we'll look at some food. Like I mentioned earlier, Alicia's interstate today. We'll see if that's an ongoing thing. Her job is very demanding at the moment. But I think it'd be pretty cool. I think you guys would like to see, not like reviews or anything like that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, we give this HelloFresh meal a 6 out of 10. Like, we're not going to do that. But like, you know, if she's a little bit around and, you know, we bounce a little bit off each other and we eat some food and show you guys and have a laugh, I think you'd like that. Again, let me know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing. Anyway, that must have been like a 20-minute waffle one. So let's have a look at our wedges, chips. That was a mouthful of steam. Alright, I reckon they've got about 10 minutes to go. So, let's see how this goes. New angle. New angle, as you can see. I don't know how what's going to work. I'm going to focus on cooking instead of the camera, so I'm not quite sure what we're going to get. But I'm just going to keep talking shit anyway. So we got schnitzels ready to go in the pan, potatoes in the oven, oil, and I reckon that's probably it. Get another plate with some tallow. I'm just going to fry these off, maybe even one at a time. They're pretty big, and this is not really that big a pan, so let's just see how we go one at a time. Let's warm up. We're all here for car stuff, obviously, but my life is usually a little bit more than cars. It's a big part of my life. It's a big focus. Fiesta and orientation. Guys, you gotta make yourself laugh. If you don't make yourself laugh, like how can you make anyone else laugh? I was gonna do like a whole sit-down introduction video and talk to you guys all about, you know, my life story. And I sat down and I did this like one-on-one interview. Like I didn't sit there and ask myself questions, but like I went through this whole thing about who I am and why I'm doing this and all those good things. And I whittled it down to like 30 minutes, and that was like the bullet points. So that video didn't get made. So yeah, you guys don't really know what it is that I'm doing here or why. I've been watching creators for a long time. Let's see if that's too intrusive. Yeah, it probably is. Jeez, Matt, you must be good at using tongs. No, I'm not. I'm not even sure if this is in focus. I think it is. But I mean, if it's not, I guess it's just some cool, blurry B-roll. No, I'm feeling risky. Let's try and do these two at the same time, man. Jeez, Matt, that looks like a lot of oil. Yeah, it probably is. It probably is, not gonna lie. I don't really know. Tell you what, I'm not gonna stick to the pan now. Which is the ultimate goal here, isn't it? Alright. I believe our schnitzels, well, they're really my schnitzels, they're not your schnitzels. Looks like our schnitzels are schnitzeled. So the sneaky peek at these chips. Oh yeah, they look like chips. Like that. What is this, Australia? We are going to do what the recipe says to do, because as you know, I enjoy following recipes. We are going to make these cheese and bacon chips. Once again, the bluntest scissors known to me. There we go. Now we're cutting with scissors. So I'm interested in. There are top. Not really. What we're going to do is we're going to chuck these on top instead. 10 minutes. Yikes guys, we might have left this a little bit late. We might have made it a little bit more crispy than I intended. But if that don't work, I got 4 schnitzel to eat. So that's fine. One final apology to the vegetarians, vegans that may be watching this. That's a shit ton of bacon, and I'm sorry about it, but tell you what, I'm going to enjoy it. So, again, isn't that really what matters here? Some very, very no frills grated cheese. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Let's whip that back in the oven. Watch out, Winston. Watch out, buddy. Good boy. We'll whack that back in there for like 5 minutes and see how that goes. Alright, so while that's all in the oven, I decided to put the schnitzels in the oven briefly because I wasn't fully convinced that I actually cooked them. So the channel is basically, I don't know, it's not vlogging. Like, I'm not a vlogger. As you can see from how awkward I am, like, vlogging and going out and doing this is insane to me. I'm not going to be doing that. But cooking, learning to cook really, learning to work on cars. I've been working on cars for years, but not very well for years. I'd say I've got like decent at it in the last couple of years, and a lot more confident in working on my own cars. But I'm no mechanic. So yeah, it's just going to be kind of me doing stuff. But yeah, I don't know, I just want to bring you guys along for things I find interesting. Maybe you like it. Let's have a squiz. Have all this in the oven. I still do it every time. People with glasses understand what I'm talking about. Schnitzel's looking schnitzely. It's a good thing for them to look. Could you imagine if I decided to like follow the instructions and have all this ready at the same time? What else? I don't really know what I can or can't say. There's nothing really to talk about or hide, but I have nothing at all to do with the organising of the club that I'm a part of for All 4 Dead. I am just an attendee. Like I'm nothing. Yeah, that sounds like it's done. Oh yeah, look at that. Easy chips. Yeah. So Damien and I were talking the days after the event about what we could do to improve in the future. And I think if he'll have me, I'm going to be kind of joining in, helping him organise, our little part of the event, which I think is really, really exciting. Super ironically, I've volunteered to cook at next year's event. I plan on bringing a Weber to a barbecue, again, as everything with me so far. Nothing fancy, but one of the big things that was kind of missing was food. And it forced us, nobody's fault, just is what it is. Forced us to kind of spend more money than it's worth at the food trucks at the event, but there's nothing saying that we can't cook, nothing saying we can't make a barbecue. So I kind of thought, well, I can barbecue things, like I can cook sausages. Like I can do that, that's fine. So why not have that as part of our thing? And some cover and a bit more involvement. Again, ironic coming from me, the most quiet, most uninvolved kind of person of the day. Like I'm just not that guy. I'd like to be, but our personalities are all out. Yeah, so I volunteered to help with some things, help take some of the stress off Damien, who does just so much. He always has done so much. What he does, he usually does alone, and that's a lot of work. So I'm and some others. I'm not here, saying it's just me going to help him out and we're going to fucking do it. But like, it's for me, there's a lot of excitement and anticipation about next year's event, because I think a fair few of us kind of like, let's really make something of this. Like, we all appreciate these cars and we all appreciate being at this event. Let's kind of really do something here. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, but again, I don't think there's any spoilers or anything, but I'm pretty excited to be helping Damien out with organising our part of the event for next year, where we're looking for some ideas and working on some stuff, which is really cool. I'm really excited to be a part of it. So yeah, I don't know. That's what else is going on in my life. Dinner. in the meantime. Schnitzel and chips with bacon and cheese melted on. I am fucking excited. Yeah, I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna cut this one here because I'm pretty sure you don't need to see me go, that was good, after I've eaten it. Appreciate you guys hanging around. Appreciate you guys hanging out and watching me, you know, I think cook some pork to like an acceptable standard. Stay tuned for, like I was saying, the tip push video and the Z, that's going to be coming soon. Let me know, do we want another one of these cooking videos, cooking and talking shit videos next week? Because if so, I'll see you then. Ciao. No ciao. Fucking jeez. I still don't have a sign off. What do you reckon? Is it carrot time? I reckon it might be carrot time. Yeah, sounds like carrot time.